So I'll tell you, I was in this health crisis several years ago. And, you're going through life, you graduate high school, you do college, you get into a career and everything. I didn't have any discipline. I mean, I had a sales job, some sales jobs and some things like that. And, I would go city to city doing in-home sales presentations. And, I'd stop at a gas station and fill up my car and get a bag of chips or Doritos or something like that. And a drink, or an energy drink just to keep going, or a cup of coffee or something, and I'll tell you, these convenience stores, I mean, they're just banking on you walking in there, I mean, so here it is, we're going and being fed by convenience stores, by Dollar General. And so there's a fast food place on every corner. So you're driving down the street, I'll stop in here on the way, running my errands. I'll stop in and get a snack at Taco Bell, or I'll get a burrito box, or I'll get a number 2, at Wendy's or whatever. And before you know it, and everybody's advertising their food is healthy. And it's not. It's full of salt, oil, and sugar. And that's what's destroyed my health. And before I knew it, I find myself, I'm 240 pounds. I don't have an eating habit. I just eat whenever I feel like eating. And that includes going to the store and buying stuff and bringing it home and eating it, or when I'm out driving around in the car. I mean, drive-thrus are so convenient today. So I'm just driving around, eating, going to the store, running errands, doing whatever I am. And next thing you know, I mean, and of course, the exorbitant cost of doing that, spending hundreds of dollars a week on fast food and just getting full of salt, oil, and sugar. And, that's the first thing I learned when I received a solution, when I cried out to God and said, God, I don't want to die. It came down to that. I mean, it's important to have a goal in life. Well, mine was just staying alive, for my wife. I was late 50s, I wasn't that old, and I didn't want to leave my wife a widow, and what's she going to do? So anyways, that was my story, was, a health crisis where I had to start going to the doctor, and the first thing you're going to do is they're going to run blood tests on you. And then you're going to see your numbers, and all the numbers, all the LDLs, the AC1-3s, the blood sugar, they're going to run all the tests on you. And then they're going to show you, well, this is normal and this is you, and of course, you don't want to believe it, and they're telling you, well, we got to get this down, so we're going to control it with medication. And that's what they do. You get on the wheel. You get on the wheel of medicine, of the pharmaceutical wheel, and they're not making anything better. They're just managing your symptoms. And so now I'm on this medical wheel, and it's like, well, come back in 6 weeks. So now it's every 6 weeks. And then every 3 months they're doing a blood test, a new blood test, a new blood test. And you know what? There's probably, you could do 20, 30 different indicators on a blood test, and not all of them are going to be perfect, but, they're going to make you come back to get that one, where you don't line up. So that's where I was. I was the gerbil on, the doctor's wheel. And then it's like, well, go to this doctor. Well, you got joint pain, go to the bone doctor, Oh, your hearing loss, hearing loss is just from stuff being plugged up. I mean, everything's just from being plugged up from fat, from oil in your diet, because our body is literally made out of mostly water. And water and oil don't mix. I mean, it's that simple. So my pancreas got plugged up. You know, pancreas secretes and uses insulin, right? And then you have an increased insulin resistance. You know, they have all these terms for everything. And now they're classifying me as this and this and this, you know. And so they have a medicine for everything. The problem is, and you know, I've read studies that if you're taking more than 5 medicines, one's counteracting the other. I mean, you know, they can give you water pills to retain or to get rid of water, and then they give you pills that the side effect retains water. So then they give you a water pill to get rid of the water. So one pill affects the other side effects, and it's just a crazy, crazy cycle. And that's what I was on in my health journey. And then before I knew it, you know, I went from medications to now I'm on shots of insulin, you know. I mean, who would ever think you're sticking yourself with a needle every day? And so I got on all the medications I could for diabetes. And then it's like, well, we're going to have to put you on insulin. And before I knew it, I was doing 80, 90 units in a syringe this big of insulin before bed every night, along with 2 or 3 other oral medications during the day, just for diabetes. And then you've got heart disease, and you got high blood pressure, and you got the cholesterol thing going on, and it's just one after the other. And it's all from eating a lot of foods with salt, oil, and sugar. Salt, oil, and sugar. And so, you know, so I was consulted, get off all the salt, oil, and sugar. The best thing you can do for yourself is throw your salt shaker away. Don't buy Morton salt. And salt's salt. It doesn't matter whether it's pink salt from the pink Himalayas or the black salt from the Black Sea or Morton's white salt iodized. It doesn't matter. Salt's salt. And all it's doing is it's retaining water in you. It's causing inflammation. It's making your arteries swell up. It's slowing down your blood going through your arteries. It's clogging everything up. And actually, I mean, salt's coming from the earth, so it's like minerals and dirt, like just grinding and shredding your veins and arteries. Salt, terrible. I mean, there's salt in everything you eat. You know, I mean, how many of you remember your parents saying, eat more vegetables? You know, literally everything is in vegetables and fruits that you need. Everything. The salt is in there. The protein is in it. People ask me all the time, you're on a plant-based whole foods diet. Where are you getting the protein? From kale, you know, from the greens, the nitric oxide producing greens. I mean, eating kale is like eating a steak, literally. The protein content, potatoes, you know, beets, I mean, peppers, you know, all these things. So you can eat good plant-based food. Stay away from the white starchy breads, you know. You know, that bun that you're eating your hamburger on, I mean, that bun is literally artificial ingredients. I mean, the cheese they're putting on there, the sliced cheese in the plastic wrappers that the individual slices, that's not even cheese. It's chemicals. I mean, I worked for a food company and you know, like Cisco Foods that provides food to hospitals and nursing homes and I sold food, and we had a thing called an egg, and it was like 18 inches long, and it looked like a tubular egg. It had a round end at each end, and they would cut it open, and it had a yolk in it, and they just chopped it up into slices and put it on salad bars, and it was all chemical made. The outside was like white rubber with the yolk in the middle, and it was all chemically made. So everything they're making is out of chemicals. I mean, these shelf-stable creamers that you can put, in your coffee, you can have them for years. They're shelf stable. They don't need to be refrigerated. Figure that out. Natural ingredients, if you cut a true non-GMO genetically modified apple open, it's going to turn brown. It's going to oxidize. That's how you know you have a real apple, And so it's amazing that the things that you learn just by the foods that you eat. So number one, I just want to tell you, get off all the salt and the oil. Don't eat fried foods. Just eat plant-based whole foods. Don't eat foods, stay out of the snack aisle. Don't eat packaged processed foods. And you got to start reading labels. If there's tons of oil in it, don't eat it, I buy canned beans and that's fine, but they're packed in water. Just buy vegetables packed in water in cans, or eat natural vegetables. Stay away from the salt, all the oil. And I don't care if it's olive oil. I don't care if it's coconut oil. Oh, that's good for you. Fish oil. No, I'm telling you, your body doesn't digest oil. It's not made to digest oil. Water and oil don't mix. And so everything's getting clogged up. And people are making millions and billions of dollars selling books. The keto diet's a fad. You cannot eat tons of bacon and nitrite-filled lunch meats with all these chemicals in it. I'm just telling you, you'll lose weight, you'll starve your organs, and you'll end up stroking out, from high cholesterol and all the chemicals. Your body cannot process chemicals, and they're going to store it. That's why you have, world-class athletes are dropping over with heart attacks and strokes because they think, well, I need a quick sugar buzz at the turn. I'll eat Twinkies or Ho-Hos or chocolate bars. It's no good for you. You've got to put natural sugars into your body. And that's fruits, like blueberries and strawberries and mangoes and pineapple and all these good fruits. That's the proper nutrients that you want in your body. So stay away from the salt, the oil, and all the sugar, the processed sugars. Get off the candy bars, when you walk through, the express line at the supermarket, they're all filled both sides with, number one, tabloid media, right? Magazines. And number two, candy bars, cakes, cookies. If you go to Walmart, just to get to the self-checkout, you got to walk through a maze. They got you walking through a maze. I'm telling you what, just put your blindfolders on and walk up and buy your stuff. Because all that stuff is designed, I'm telling you, it's going to get you on medicines. You're going to be your joints are going to go bad. All my friends, and again, I'm close to 69. I'm a year away from 70 years old. And all my friends that I played high school sports with all have artificial knees, artificial shoulders, and artificial hips. They are doing artificial knees by the tens of thousands every day. They're doing heart casts and putting stents in hearts by the thousands every day. I've had 2 heart attacks. I've had 7 stents put in my heart, and I will have no more of those. The doctor that I went to that helped me, she said, I'm so sorry you had those stents put in your heart. You didn't have to have that done. We could have put you on a whole plant-based whole foods diet, and your arteries would repair themselves. Your body was created to heal itself. believe it or not, with natural foods and a little bit of movement. And I just want to tell you, just get out and walk. Get a good fresh water source without chemicals in it, and just get out and walk 30 minutes a day, and that'll flush everything through your system. So today, I'm just telling you, get off all the excess salt, off all the processed foods, get off all the oils. I thought I was doing good, like I'm going to change my diet. I'm going to start eating salads with oil and vinegar. Skip the oil. Just use the vinegar. I started off with apple cider vinegar on my salads. And now I do just a few drops of balsamic vinegar, not vinaigrette. If you get a vinaigrette salad dressing, it's got oil in it. No good. Just do straight vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, right? Or balsamic vinegar. Or just squeeze a lemon or an orange over your salad, A lot of times now, and again, I learned that your taste buds, they actually regenerate to brand new taste buds every 10 to 13 days. And after you get off all the frostings and the sugar and, all the salt, I used to sit there and eat a bag of chips. Then I'd get thirsty and then I'd eat cakes, frosting, candy bars. And then I'd get sugared up and then I'd go back to the salt items. So I'm doing a salt, sugar, salt, sugar, salt, sugar all day long, and just loading my whole system. And the salt's holding all the bad chemicals in. It's causing inflammation, That's why I blew up like a balloon. I mean, you've seen my fat pictures, right? And then once I got on a plant-based whole foods diet, whole foods, live in your produce section, and it's okay to get some beans, some canned beans and some canned vegetables, but make sure they're packed in water, not oil. Stay away from the salt, the oil, and the sugar. And I'm going to tell you what, your whole body will change. I never once talked to my doctor about weight loss. I talked to her she said, I'm going to get you off these medicines, and she took me off three of my 8 medicines the first day and said, these will just absolutely are doing you no good and they will kill you. And I'm not going to say what they are, but you will be off of those medicines right away. I was off blood pressure meds in 3 days, a day and a half to 3 days. Just my blood pressure just went whew, from not eating all the salt, oil, and sugar. And just read the labels. If it's got tons of sugar in it, don't buy it. Just eat fruit. If you get a sweet tooth, man, eat apples, oranges, grapes, bananas, pineapple, fresh. Don't get the pineapple in syrup. Syrup in cans, vegetable mix with syrup in it. It's all chemicals. It's all refined man-made sugar, So you want natural sugar. Peel your fruit and eat it, in its natural state. Start eating natural foods. And I'm telling you, your body will thank you. You'll have more energy. You won't want to take naps. You won't be sluggish. After I ate Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever, man, I just wanted to go to sleep, Now after I eat, I feel great. I have a surge of energy, So, yeah, stay off the salt, oil, and sugar. We call it no SOS. SOS. Man, I want to give you an SOS, right? Save our ship. I want to save your ship. And I'm telling you, you can do away with all the medical problems that you have. All the pain in your joints will go away. Your blood will start flowing through your heart. Your arteries and veins will open up if you start eating more kale and greens, arugula, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Well, I don't like those. Well, just put some balsamic vinegar on them. They taste better, you know. And your taste buds? I mean, my junk food, right? I used to have Taco Bell and Wendy's wrappers. Now I just go to the produce section, grab a box of spinach or arugula, right? Run over, get some canned beans, right? Get a pop top. You don't even need a can opener, right? And you can buy some good vegetables packed in water in pop top cans. I go out to my car. I just dump everything on I open the box of spinach or arugula or kale, whatever you want. Dump everything in there, right? Grab a fork and just start eating it. And eat naturally, you know? Or I just grab a box of spinach or whatever, put it on my front seat, peel it open, and eat handfuls of arugula and spinach. I mean, it tastes so good. After your taste buds change. I mean, I remember after I tightened up my diet for months, we were on the road, and you know, the only kind of cream that I put in my coffee, and I don't even use cream anymore because I don't eat any dairy at all. It's all fat. And you know, I mean, people go, "You don't eat meat?" You know, well, what do cows eat? They eat plants. I'm just bypassing the middleman, and then they store all the chickens that are raised. I've been to Tyson Chicken. I see what they feed them. They were shooting the eggs on the line, the chicken eggs, with hormones into the shell at Tyson Foods. They were injecting the baby chickens going down the line. They were injecting them with growth hormones. I saw all this. And they grow a full chicken in a matter of weeks now instead of months. And so all the beef you're eating, all the fish is farmed raised. It's all got chemicals in it, hormones so they don't get sick. The cattle, they're feeding them hormones and antibiotics so they don't get sick while they're growing them in record growth spurts. I mean, it's a whole industry now. And so everything that you're eating is genetically modified, you know, unless you got your own cow and your own pasture. I mean, that's the only way to do it, you know, is go out and buy you a couple acres of land and grow your own chickens, grow your own plants, and grow your own cattle. I mean, that's the only way to really get around all this stuff. But you can go to the store and you can buy grass-fed beef, you know, organic, you know, things like that. But you really got to watch your food sources today and your water sources. But to get started with, I'm just telling you, do away with the salt shaker. Quit the oil, you know, in your salads and stuff. And don't eat fried food. Don't eat packaged Doritos. I mean, all the snacks, all the potato chips, everything are fried in the worst oils. And now they're going, don't eat seed oils. No, don't eat any oils. Don't eat the pink salt, black salt. I don't care what they label it as, like good. It's not good for you. Salt, oil, and the sugars. All the sugars. The little Debbie cakes and everything, you know, the candy bars, you know, and this is a healthy cookie. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. So listen, I just want to leave that with you today, you know, and just start being aware. Be aware. Read the back. If there's more than 4 ingredients on the stuff that you're buying, don't buy it. If these names are so long that you can't pronounce them, it's no good. It's no good. Natural, plant-based whole foods. I'm telling you. And your body will thank you. And I'm telling you, it won't take you long, okay, for your body to restore itself. You know? I mean, we've seen knee cartilage, you know, repair itself. Joints, You know, the synovial membranes and all that open up with blood flow. When your blood starts getting whole again, you know, life is in your blood, you know, and when you're putting the proper nutrients in your blood, it's going throughout your whole body. You won't have neuropathy in your feet, pain in your feet. You're not getting any circulation to your legs because everything's clogged up. But if you do away with the salt, the oil, and the sugar, and start eating more greens, you know, nitric oxide producing ones with nitrates in them, like kale, arugula, spinach, all your greens, your collard greens, mustard greens, beet greens, right? You know, cauliflower, broccoli, excellent for you. Brussels sprouts, you know, just get yourself a steamer. Man, I just steam everything and put balsamic vinegar on there. I use some mustard, you know. There's, you know, instead of hot sauces laden with tons of salt in them, like Red Hot, you know, and all your favorite hot sauces, just get some jalapenos, get some cayenne pepper, chop it up on there, you know, and use natural spices. Yeah, peppers are really good for you. So, anyways, I just wanted to leave you with that. The SOS, be aware of the SOS, no salt, oil, and sugar. And I'll tell you, your body will start changing. And it was amazing. Once I started eating plants, you know, and more plants, and doing what I was told to do, I was losing up to 6 pounds a week. I said, Doc, I'm losing all this weight. She goes, oh, yeah, that's a byproduct. Your body's saying thank you for putting good things in me, you know? And then I started walking and it really kicked in, you know, because everything's flowing through your body now. Everything's flowing. Everything's flowing through your body when you're walking. And when you walk with purpose. Don't just stroll, you know? If you're walking your dog, walk your dog. You know, swing your arms, push off with your rear toe, and walk with purpose, you know. And I'm not saying huff and puff, you know, but walk with purpose. And I'm telling you, SOS. I live my life by no salt, oil, or sugar added foods. Nope. I stay in the produce section. I stay in the canned vegetables packed in water. Yep. So that's what I got for you today. Listen, you can do this, you know. And I made it. When I went to this doctor, I said, look, I'm ready to do whatever they say to do, you know. And they told me what to do, and I did it without any questions. And it worked. And I'm living proof. And I lost about 60 pounds the first 6 months that I was on this. I mean, I lost probably 15 pounds the first month. Just by simply just changing a few things. No salt, no oil, no sugar. And staying in the produce section. You know, and you can eat potatoes. You can eat, you know, like sweet potatoes are so good for you. Bake them. Don't fry them. Nope. You know, if you have to, get an air fryer. You can make French fries with an air fryer, you know. But, I mean, if you're buying fried chicken and you're heating it up in an air fryer, that stuff's all pre-fried, you know. So don't buy Banquet fried chicken, you know, and I'm baking it in the oven. Well, it's all fried. It's all oil, you know. So start being aware. Read your packages. When you go to the store, read the packages. And look at the sodium. That's another word for salt. Sodium is another word for salt. You know, it's got sodium, it's got the sugar content, and it's got grams of oil, you know, due to fat. That's oil. Stay away from it. Eliminate it. You know, all these fad diets are going, no carbs and eat tons of fat. Man, I eat tons of carbs, good carbs, and no fat. There's fat in vegetables. There's fat in fruit. I mean, avocados are laden with good fats that your body can absorb, you know. They can't absorb man-made fats, man-made oils, you know. So I learned that, olive oil, oh, it's so good for you. Well, it's okay to eat some olives. But 1 tablespoon of olive oil, it takes 45 olives to make that's concentrated fat. And it will clog your stuff up. Olive oil, coconut oil. It's amazing. They don't tell you this. Eat high carbs. Yeah. And that's not white starchy breads and white pastas. You can buy quinoa pasta. You can buy spinach pasta. You can buy rice pasta. There's all kinds of vegetable pastas now. Whole grain vegetable pastas. And you can eat a pound of pasta. But the sauce, just get a tomato sauce with no salt or oil in it. And eat that. And you can pepper it up. You can put peppers in it, mushrooms in your spaghetti sauce. Have at it, man. You can eat 2 pounds of pasta. I eat salads that when I first started out, I was eating a pound salads. I was eating 2 or 3 of those a day. I was eating 3 to 4 pounds of food a day. And Doc would say, eat all the fruit you want. I was eating a whole bunch of bananas a day, a bunch of bananas a day, along with 4 or 5 apples, 2 or 3 oranges, and maybe a quart of strawberries, instead of like 6 Snickers bars, or cinnamon twists, through Taco Bell, or whatever, cream-filled pies, and cakes and pies, Oh, man, I love cherry pie. I love the ice cream on there. I mean, I ate everything, man, to excess. And it clogged me up, made my joints sore, everything. And now I don't have joint pain. I have more energy and everything. And you can do it. Just say, I'm going to make me a big salad today. And you can bake you a sweet potato and cut the sweet potato up and just throw it on there. I mean, a sweet potato is going to weigh a half a pound, You're going to eat 5-6 ounces of greens. I mean, and then you can put peppers on there, cherry tomatoes. I mean, by then you got a 1.5 pound salad. You'll be full eating a 1.5 pound salad. Yeah. And it's important too to eat early in the morning. Get your blood going. I have steel cut oats. I eat a 1/4 cup of steel cut oats. I put blueberries, strawberries, and a banana. I call it the red, white, and blue. Steel cut oats. I put some cinnamon on there. Keeps your blood sugar low. We put turmeric in there. Turmeric alone will just take all the swelling out of your feet. And gout, it'll just knock gout right out. I mean, all these barks and berries and plants were put on the earth to naturally heal you. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more with you. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and just encourage you. Just eat more fruit, eat more vegetables. Yeah, and you'll be doing great. That's all I got for now. I'm signing off. Have an awesome day.